How you doing, everybody? Welcome to one of my training videos. This is going to be the first AutoCAD instructional video where I will have everybody build this title block minus these dimensions that you see here. These are for your own personal reference and remembering what numbers are being used to build these lines. So none of these measurements should be seen on your final project, just the lines and text that you see here in perfect condition. So how does that look? Um, could either start a new file from here or the drop-down menu underneath the AutoCAD. We're all going to be using just this file format, the one that just says ACAD. You've got to make sure that you have the right one going on, otherwise settings and things are not going to be right. The next thing that I want to make sure everybody has established here is the right controls turned on. There's an arrow that's associated with this tool right here, with the box on the corner of the box. You got to hit this down arrow and make sure that you select, in addition to endpoint and center that are there when you open the program up, you want to make sure midpoint and geometric center are also there. Checked, that is. Alright, and we're going to talk about these as we go, but for right now you just have to have that stuff turned on. We're not even going to use it just yet, but make sure it's all on. Okay, now we're just going to be drawing with lines at first. You're going to click somewhere in the bottom left quarter of the screen so you can start to drag a line. You're going to see a green dotted indication that you're at 0 degrees or straight horizontal, and you type in the number 10.5. Hit the enter key, and it's going to make a 10.5 inch line, and then continue on, allowing you to draw more lines. So we're now just going to finish out a box page border by going up, and it's going to be some given number, whatever it is. You type in the number 8, hit the enter key. It's going to make an 8-inch vertical line. Start going back to the left here from that 8-inch vertical line. You're going to go back 10.5. Hit the enter key. And something important to note is this command menu here. Down here, when you choose a tool, there's going to be menu commands sometimes that pop up with the tool. This line command menu option set here, it allows you to undo. So if I messed up a measurement or whatever, you can just take the mouse down here, click on the undo, it'll bring you back, and then you can type in whatever you would need to change that to if you have to. You could also manually close it, or you can click the close button down here in that command menu, and that'll close lines when you're making a set of lines like this. So that's nice to know. You have to know that this has to be 10.5 wide by 8 inches tall. Otherwise, everything else is going to end up being wrong. So you got to make sure that that's right from the beginning. Moving forward, I'm going to go back here so you can see. I'm in something going on with my presentation here. That's okay. What we're going to do is draw in or place in these boxes and divisions of boxes, and that's going to be using an offset command. So what we'll do is click this offset tool, and you're going to click on this line on the right side here. It's going to take 3 times to start to do an offset. What an offset is a copy of something exactly parallel to it. An offset could be curved or a straight line. In this case, we need a 1/2 inch offset. You can type in 2 1/2 for the 1/2 inch offset, or you can type in 0.5. That's where I was going with that 5. Then hit enter when you've done with that. Once you've done an offset, if you click something again after your first one, you only have to click it once, which is a little unique to AutoCAD. But again, I'm going to type 1/2 for my second 1/2 inch offset, and then we're going to split this first offset here in half, and then the one on the right is going to be done in 3s. So the half line is going to be easy. Back to this, just quick with the midpoints option turned on here. What this is doing is giving me green indications where I hover over certain parts of objects on a screen. So with this checked on, if I have my line tool on and I hover over the midpoint of this line, I'm going to find that midpoint without doing any math and just click here go to the midpoint of the next line over, and hit the escape key is what you could do to just finish the use of a tool like that. But that's how you draw that in exactly the middle of these lines. Is you just find the midpoint with that midpoint snap cursor option, it's called. All right, now we need lines to split this into threes, and we're going to use the bottom and top lines to make copies and offsets, and you'll see that it's a little bit different here. I'm going to offset. Let's just start with the bottom line here. Again, offsets, you got to click an object 3 times, and it's going to start to offset. This is where you're going to see how you type in fractions also, so important skill here. This is 2 3/4, the measurement. So I'm going to type in 2, the minus symbol is the and then 3/4 is how you would type in 2 3/4 in an AutoCAD program. Hit enter. Again, I'm going to do another offset up here, and you only got to click it once because I've already done one. I'm in the right direction. Again, it's 2 minus symbol 3/4 to type in the 2 3/4. And we're going to use a trim option here. See, trim allows you to either click on or drag through things that you want to delete in between 2 endpoints of the line. So I can click here and here. So now I have 2 equal parts here and 3 equal parts on the right. Okay, now moving on. Text gets a little tricky, and what we're about to do is just that. We need to put in placeholders for your name, not my name. I just put my name here, a date, a scale, the title of the project, which in CAD world is called block, and the name of this project you're saving is the title block of the project, and then you put in the period. Again, I put these measurements in here for reference so you guys can see it on a handout, but you don't want the measurements on this when you're done. You just want what it says. So here we go with some text work. Text tool, when you click it, you're going to click on a point, drag out a box, and click again. And this can be always changed. You can always go back here and drag this if you need more space to finish a lineup. You want to be careful about setting yourself with the text nice the first time. To do this in my preferred way, I like to get one format of text and then copy it over and over again so I don't have to keep doing what I'm about to show you. I like the, if you're in the font menu and you type in the letter T, it's going to jump you in the list down to the T's, and I'd like everybody to use the Technic bold option for your text. Now you'd have to select that. If you were going to put in new text the same way from the beginning every time, you'd have to select that text every time like that, and I don't want you to have to fight like that. So hang on a second. It's also caps, so when you put in your name, I'm recording a video. Am
I in it?
Yes, now you are. No, your audio in it. I'm recording a CAD video on my startup stuff, so, and I can't stop, and I don't have enough time to redo it, so I can't talk. I got 6 minutes left. All right, so you're rotating the text by clicking this tool, hitting the Enter key, and clicking to rotate the object. What you want to do is, rather than just doing that from scratch every time, though, here, let me just back up. You want to make this, you need 5 pieces of text here. So what you could do is just copy, click, hit enter, we'll click. Sorry, I just got stumped here for a second. These tools, what you have to do is you click the tool, click the object, and hit the enter key, and then it's going to allow you to use that tool. In this case, now here we go. I've got 4 copies of the same thing, and I can just hit enter. But again, it's just a matter of how you start using these tools, making a copy, rotating it, or moving it. You got to click the tool. This also varies depending on the computer station that you're sitting at in some cases. Sometimes it's not going to be like this, but in my computer, I've got to click the tool, click the object, hit the enter key, and then it'll allow me to do, like, make a copy of something. Escape is going to undo things or unselect things, and, you know, that's just to finish off the use of the tool. And then if you double click these, you could just change it to the different terms that you need to call each section here. So I'm going to go block, title block, I need one that says date. Today's date is 9/18/24. Need one for scale. Your scale is 1 to 1. When you print this up, the measurements that you put on the CAD drawing are going to be the actual real-life measurements that come out. So that's what that means. Your drawing is exactly life size, 1 to 1. Double click down here, and then we have the period of the class that you're in. So I'll just put in period 6 because that's the next one coming up. So this is just preferably the easiest way to do it, is to create one format with the right text style and sizing and things that you want. Make copies of it and change what it says, and then do this in an order of steps. Like you could then click rotate, click a text box, and hit enter, and then click it again. Again, where you click it is going to be your swivel point. You click, enter, that'll finish the use of that. Click, enter. I already have the rotate command selected. You can see down here, rotate is turned on. This is where you don't see it turned on up here. You see down here, rotate's turned on. So you hit enter, click a base point that you wanted to swivel, or swivel point, rotate it, click this, hit enter, pick a point, spin it, here, enter, click again. Whoop. And then the same thing with the moves. You can move everything from here. You gotta hit the move tool, click on the object, and hit enter, and then you can grab it and move it. As you're moving something, you can zoom in with the mouse, and also push down with the mouse and slide around the screen, so you can get things exactly where you want. So you want to be in pretty tight with the view here to place these things in the center, top to bottom, left and right. Be as careful as you can, and you might have to move it again to get it just where you want it to go. Again, I have to click the next object to move. Should already be selected. There we go. I click it, put it in place, grab the date, hit enter, pull the date into place. You can see I'm pressing down on the mouse wheel to slide around the screen to be able to zoom in and move around at the same time. It's a really important and helpful skill.
Sophia Bloom.
Enter,
Diane
click here.
Sophia Bloom.
I guess I deleted my name section here. But, alright, there we go. I have to stop here and post this video, and all you're going to have to do is have one more section here where your name goes. I don't have the time to fit that in right now, but you get the point. If you could finish with that, then here's something else super important that I have to add. You could do save and save as. I want to make sure that you save as in a video like this. I have to make sure that you're organizing your stuff too. You're going to go into your U drive again with your files. You should have a folder for either AutoCAD or engineering for me, whatever location you're using. You're going to keep putting all of your files in there, same as I'm doing here. This is going to be called title block. And you could even put your name on there. Would be best practice to add your name to something that everybody's going to share the same name of. That's it. That's a safe title block. If you got that far, you're a rock star. Talk to you soon.